Hello, my name is Carolyn Carney, and this is my case study on a company that faced disruptive technology, what they did to face it, and trends for the future. Now, before I start my presentation, I want to warn you that I am going to be talking about sensitive topics, specifically adult themes and content. I know some of you out there may be super geniuses, so just in case this is being screened in class, I just want you to know that I am going to be covering adult themes and topics. So if you're under the age of 18, skip this part. But otherwise, I'm assuming we're all adults here, and I'm going to be approaching this in an academic way. So my case study is Pornhub and how it faced the disruptive technology of OnlyFans. So Pornhub was actually a form of disruptive technology itself, disrupting the traditional film studios of the 70s and 80s, which is known as the golden age of porn or porn chic. It changed the game by making porn virtually free on the internet. Prior to that, people bought their porn in viewing houses and theaters where you could go into a booth and watch it individually. DVDs, basically during the Blockbuster era, that was the same time and way that people were viewing their pornography. Some of the big studios that were popular then in the US were BCA Pictures, Caballero Home Video, and Hustler Video. And what Pornhub did was allow creators to directly receive funds from their work. They didn't have to go through a big studio anymore, and often studios took a huge cut following the traditional model of big time mainstream Hollywood, where actors would be hired for these big budget movies, but they make only 20% of the profit. So while Pornhub made porn free, it was also able to fund itself mainly through advertising. So the way it works is on a freemium model where you're able to view any video on Pornhub for free. And the revenue is generated by ads and marketing. That's why you see so many ads and marketing. So Pornhub launched in 2007 with Canadian web developer Matt Keiser, and it started as a small company, but within its first 7 months, it grew to 1 million visitors daily. And it mostly relied on pirated videos that people found. This was the great age of Pirate Bay, if any of you remember, torrents, and 2007, this was after Napster and LimeWire, but I feel like those were generally accepted forms of technology at the time and were forms of disruptive technology in their own right. So within a year, Pornhub became a major force of change on the internet. It became a lot easier to find adult content online, and also was the precursor to a lot of tube sites that you see now. It was eventually bought by Fabian Tillman, he also bought other sites like YouPorn, and basically conglomerated into a company called Manwin. Manwin eventually became MindGeek, which is one of the biggest businesses in the world and is behind studios like Brazzers. So it launched in 2017. In 2007 and 2011, more creators were joining, and about 80% of online porn viewers were on one kind of site owned by Manwin, so called Manwin at the time. So a huge stake in the porn industry, basically a monopoly. So Fabian eventually sells his stakes in Manwin, and that's when the official change to MindGeek takes over. And it's around this time that OnlyFans begins its rise. So it's 2007, almost a decade has passed, and OnlyFans is now entering as the new face of porn. One of the ways that OnlyFans really transformed the industry was by changing the way that creators make money. So, first of all, they gave creators more money. Traditionally, creators made maybe 20% of the profits, but with OnlyFans, they were making 80% of the profits, and they were capitalizing on a direct connection to fans. So people who already like them, already enjoy what they're doing, and are simply paying them to make more. As most of you probably know, OnlyFans became huge during COVID-19, and that's really when it shot up in popularity and became one of the most popular platforms for not only adult content but also sports, live chatting, and general social media kind of stuff. It was a way for celebrities to connect their fans. I don't know if you, some of you may know Bad Baby, Bad Barbie, I think her name is. It's the girl who said "Cash Me Outside," okay? So Cash Me Outside, how about that? Created an OnlyFans, and in her first year, this girl made $43 million. Okay, that was her cut. Okay, that was directly to her. One-on-one relationship to the dinero, and this was the big game changer, was creating that pay to play subscription model. And it actually began as a financial domination site that turned into a paid fetish site that turned into let's let everybody make their own paid subscription site. Ways that OnlyFans exemplifies disruptive technology in the Innovators Dilemma is how it started in the market as a low-end product that was easy to become a part of, easy to join, easy to make your page. It started with amateur creators who weren't being served by traditional big box Hollywood studios, and while it was dismissed for being way too amateur, lower production values, these are people filming in their home with varying levels of filmmaking experience. The fan to creator relationship proved to be the absolute game changer for OnlyFans, and they value different things. So instead of paying per view, normally you would pay for your movie, your DVD that you went to Blockbuster for, or even now, if you're on Amazon Prime, you know, you might pay for the latest direct to streaming video. I recently saw Hard Eyes and paid like, I don't know, $10 for it on Amazon. Now you pay a subscription and you can view any kind of library, and this is the same kind of model that Netflix follows. So the ease of creating a profile, so it has the ease of creating a Facebook profile or a MySpace profile, but you're also uploading adult content that people value, that people pay money for, and receive a higher revenue share than a lot of other adult sites that are doing the same thing or similar thing. That's what really elevated it to
a place in the popular mindset that if you say an OnlyFans, you instantly know what people are referring to and talking about.